another band. All the Mars and cars now, whichever get up. I talk my card with a sweet one, please. Someone flips me a bag it. Say, oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah. It's a full strand, yeah. Oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah.
What it do?
What's up, Rico? I see you got your glasses on, so the fans of your alter ego, the superhero Ben Whitaker, they won't be able to realise it's you. Yeah, but when you take your glasses off, yeah. Hey, listen.
I believe, to be fair, I believe that this is the actual definition of I'm just trying to be like you, bro, as the kids would say. Well, I suppose I should do the introductions. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everyone, one and all in one. And it's good to see a place like you in a man like this. Wait, pause. I don't know. Ra, how are you doing, sir?
Fab. Straight from work.
Like
to the gym. Got back here. Look, haven't had time to wash. No dinner. But the fans demanded us. Our fans. We can't let them down. So if I start talking gibberish by the end of the show, you know it's the lack of food. I'm feeling faint. So.
Oh, mate. Well, whatever. Just obviously quickly before we go into all of the things, like what have we got for dinner tonight then, Rara?
Some spicy chicken nuggets.
Oh.
Some chips. And probably some baked beans. Look, typical bachelor, you know. It's gonna be.
Yes, my guy.
You ain't getting no like sort of cordon bleu, haute cuisine shit out of me. Nah, it's gonna be something. 10 minutes in the oven, I'm ready. Yeah. So it is.
No, much love to you, my brother. I just want to say thank you so much, Ra. Thank you so much, iBoxingHub. Thank you to all the fans and all the people. Then big up Bayaka Saka right now. Hopefully, we might get your actual name. I want to say name, but you do you, whatever like that. Thank you so much for coming through. We're gonna have a couple of people coming through anyway after, so that's absolutely fine. But Ra, what an interesting week we've had in boxing, as it usually is, you know. As I always have to quote Malik Scott when I did, you know, when I've interviewed him, and I feel like it's the I feel like it's the realest, as the kids would say right now. Also, for people asking, and a lot of people have been asking, why do I have glasses? It's because contact lenses are very expensive every single month. So I just bit the bullet and I decided to get some glasses. So thank you guys for caring. And thank you guys for sharing. And thank you guys for coming through with myself and the main man. You might see him on the right or the left or upon yonder or which way, I'm not too sure. However, thank you and welcome to the RnR Hour this week. Ryan and I are trying to be as consistent as we possibly can with scheduling conflicts and whatever, but we love you guys, and that's the main thing that we need to take away from this right now, is because we bend our schedules like Avatar Aang bends air, wind, earth, and all of the elements to try and give you guys a show every single week. Apologies for last week. There was just so much going on. However, Ryan and I, we honestly love you guys, and we will always try and deliver a show to you guys every single week. I speak on behalf of my co-host because he's my brother, man. I really do like this guy. You know, he seems the hour needs to be big up Saka, honestly.
Demanding man, but hey, listen.
We did wait, hang on, Robert. We had 2 weeks on the bounce. Just last week, obviously, there was we were both at the AJ press conference. Obviously, my God, there was a lot happening. Same time too, we try. Okay, out of everybody within iBoxingHub, Ryan and I have the maddest schedules, so we are trying. Okay, sometimes it's hard, bro. Like genuinely. However, we you know, we'll always try and we'll always be there. And just know, obviously, Ra is in Pinch Out Boxing. I myself are with No Smoke. But we love this channel. We will always be there to deliver for you guys as much as we possibly can. And we love you all. God bless you all. God bless your families. And yes, so Ra, we have an interesting show today.
Yeah. Huge weekend of boxing for Ireland in particular. Yeah. I wanted to go to that, didn't get accreditation. It doesn't matter. Fans, keep an eye out for me. Next weekend, I'll be in Northern Ireland.
Big up to Tony. Oh, just really quickly, Ra. Big up to Tony Ellis right now. Big up to Sacco. Yo, both of you two, honestly, we love you guys, man. You guys have been the most consistent people them out here. You know, and you know, I have not forgotten my promise of getting Hasim Rahman Jr. to the show.
Wow.
I never forget a promise, Ra. I never forget a promise. And I am working very hard on getting that. So don't you worry, it's all good. First of all, I'd just like to say a very quickly before we get into the show's topics, happy birthday to my uncle Robin. You guys might have seen him in some shows that I've done or things like this, but my uncle is the ripe young age of I want to say 25. That will make him feel good. So yeah, happy birthday to you, my guy. Before we get into thank you very much, Rob. Before we get into this weekend's events, Rob, because obviously we have three major topics today. Obviously, we're going to have a 45-minute show. Before we get into the two main events, which we will speak about, we are going to speak about Alicia Baumgardner. We have to, Rob. Don't we have to? Well, I certainly will. And Tony Ellis, we next week, once we align our chakras between Ra and I, we will have thank you very much, Kahinde. Big up to Trey, big up to everybody coming through. We and big up to Aisha. She is a new member of the family here at iBoxingHub. She has done incredible interviews with Jai Opataya. Big up to my guy Jai. Yes. Plug all of that right here. Obviously, also with Fabio Wardley. My God, that man is really hard to pin down. But Aisha said, "Nah, rude boy, me have to pin down this." No.
Hey, listen, some of that feminine charm can reach places that your and my gruff, bitter exterior can't. So hey, big up Aisha. Yeah, she'll keep getting into them places we can't. So
and she will. She is an incredible talent. I also want to say happy birthday to everybody knows him as yours truly, Trey. Mama Trey. It's her birthday today. She is 60 years old. I just want to say happy birthday to the queen that is Mama Trey right now. Trey, we love you. We love the family. Big up to you and BNG. Big up to all the people right now. And just want to say very happy birthday to my uncle, and big up to and happy birthday to the queen right now. So we're gonna get into the meat and potatoes right now. Just honestly. Ra won't probably want to go first, but I definitely do. So basically, what has happened is, right, guys, is that Alicia Baumgardner, okay, and I want you all to listen to me. Alicia Baumgardner has came out with an independent study, and the key word being independent is that she gave a hair follicle test after she got popped with hormones. I believe that drug-free sport that's being used by Eddie Hearn in his American shows. I believe that all fighters, and I believe that Matchroom are spending little bit of dosh. And shout out to Matchroom, shout out to Matty Lawless right now. I love you, King. We started off on the wrong foot, but we ended up on the right one. You know,
How we
Matty,
finish.
and that's how we do. God damn it. You know, Alicia has come out. Everybody has seen it. Obviously, if you're following Alicia Baumgardner, whether it's on Instagram or what have you, or on Twitter, she's come out and she has basically said, "I am exonerating myself," which is what it is. Which is what it is. No, which is what it is. I'm just saying. I am just saying because I still believe that the Michigan State have not exonerated her. However, she has said with this independent study that there is no way that she should have been caught with the hormone. I believe that she was caught with two different types of with one hormone and one actual drug. Don't quote me on this. However, it's actually factual, but I don't want to say the names and things like that because I haven't got it up on the screen with me right now. So I just Ra, what do you think? Because obviously, and I'm gonna lay some salt bay onto you, Ra, is because Conor Ben was out of the ring for 2 years, Ra. Okay. Fighting the BBBOC, and no, I don't mean a porn category. I'm talking about the British Boxing Board of Control, right? He was fighting them for 2 years. This young man was out of the ring. Alicia Baumgardner has been out of the ring for maybe about 4, 5 months, 6 at best. It's been interesting. It's been crazy. It's been a little bit flabbergastery, to be honest with you, because I don't know if it's the right thing for fighters to self-exonerate themselves, unless because not even a sanctioning body has actually come out and said, you know, okay, Alicia, you're good. However, in the same breath, no sanctioning body has actually stripped Alicia of a belt, and this is all factual, Googleable, tweetable, everythingable. Ra, I need your opinion, please, sir.
Like you said, what is this self-exoneration all about? Again, it just goes to show that the utter Wild West nature of this sport we love. There should be a proper process, but there doesn't seem to be one. So I guess the only thing we can do is go by the authorities who are responsible for it. My understanding that'd be what, the Michigan State Athletic Commission. What's their position on this? They haven't said, as you said, everyone's silent on this, except her.
I believe that the mission, I believe, Ra, that they are still not allowing, because the process has not ended. I believe that she still will not be able to get a license in America.
Is it even America or just the Michigan State?
No, so it works differently, Ra. So basically, you know, having been found out by Drug Free Sport, she still is not able, and this goes for all states, because the state that obviously the adverse finding is found in within America, all the state athletic commissions are one, which is crazy, because to have this in boxing is wild.
Yeah,
right?
That just never happens.
Never happens. However, even if she was to get a foreign license, she still would not be able to fight in America.
So I think, as our friend Kahinde saying there, avoid the noise, suspect approach with the simultaneous thirst trap. So is she, is the fact that things are taking so long, is she laying the groundworks for the pretty privileged sympathy?
Oh, that's already there. That's already there. That's already there.
I mean,
we have to understand something, Ram, is that there's not 100 million simps, because Alicia Baumgardner is a very beautiful young lady. That's a fact, right? However, you cannot self-exonerate yourself before due process. Okay. However, she can fight in another country with another with somebody else who will be who would, you know, give her a license. You know, I believe we go to the times of David Haye versus Derek Chisora. David Haye obviously doing what he did in Germany, I believe, against when he fought Vitali. You know, he still got a license. Was it a Luxembourg license, for? Can't remember. Yeah, a Luxembourg license.
Luxembourg.
So Luxembourg seems to be the fail-safe out here, but and this is the thing, you know, it's not me not liking Alicia. It's not me being against Alicia. It's not it. Like, not at all. You know, you can't. And if we look back to Connor and how he treated and how he has been treated for the past 2 years, right? Now, how he, when the WBC said, oh, yeah, okay, this is, he had too much eggs and blah, 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 and then all the memes and all the banter and what have you, it's very different from what we have with Alicia, because the thing is that, you know, we cannot allow fighters with enough money to go to an independent testing agency or what have you and self-exonerate themselves before due process. Ra, I need to hear what you have to think.
Yeah, of course not. That's, and I'm pretty sure Alicia knows that in terms of the way the sport's administered. I'm sure she's well aware this isn't exonerating her. I mean, the Michigan State Athletic Commission, they're going to conclude their investigation and then, well, either ban her or whatever, this drug-free sport organization, they'll conclude their investigation and then whatever the process is, make a recommendation for punishment or exonerate her. I just think what Kahinde says is right, that is she mitigating against things not being found in her favor? So to just get that.
Well, let's look at the Canelo situation, Ram.
To get that public opinion. Okay, yeah, but what I was going to say though, the reason things are different with, say, Canelo and even Ben, is that they have the potential to make enormous money fights. Canelo for sure. Alicia, she ain't really a cash cow in that way. No one other than Katie Taylor is in the women's game. So whether governing bodies would cook up a cover for her the way they did for Canelo and Ben, I'm not so sure they would, even if, as you said, she's got 100 million simps, unless those 100 million simps are paying $39.99 for her pay-per-view fights. I don't think they'll make it. I don't think they'll cover for her. So I think she's politicking in the event things aren't found in her favor. So then she can just sort of make a big noise about, well, I was independent, research found me clear. The corrupt or the incompetent drug testing body, they got it wrong, but I'm not banned in these other countries or these other states, so blah blah blah. I think there's some there's some politicking going on there.
Well, let's look at Canelo, right? So there is a known issue, and there is a known. So Canelo got popped for something that you actually have in the meat, right, in Mexico. Right? It's actually it's a thing. It's actually a real thing. I actually looked into this. Like it's the amount that you got caught with would be a consumption as if you would consume your daily meat intake. It is a steroid that they pump the meat in, right?
Yeah.
That you will have it in your system. And this is why, Canelo came out with that press conference and this and da. And this is why you've not seen Canelo pop after, because Canelo has been on Matchroom shows. And I know for a fact especially with fighters fighting in America. Yeah. For example, Mr. Mikey McKinson. Mikey fought Valdez in. Did he fight Valdez in Vegas? I can't remember where he fought him from. Fought him on, but he fought him in the he fought him in America on a Golden Boy show, and the main event was the only one actually extensively drug tested. And he literally said to me, you can go watch my interview back with him. I've done quite a few now. That it was it was extensive, right? So Canelo's not escaping the extensive drug testing like that, and it is a thing. It is a thing within Mexico, and even in Britain, if you really look at it, where fighters, if you
don't get it twisted.
Tony Ellis is that.
I'm not talking about Canelo escaping drug testing. I'm saying that in the time where he did test, he wasn't censured appropriately. He was given a 6-month ban when he only fought twice a year at that time anyway. So it was basically just
the ban ended just before the second Triple G fight. Am I right?
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean. So the testing isn't what he escaped. It's the punishment for testing positive. He effectively didn't get punished. So yeah, I'll be interested to see how this plays out. I got a feeling the governing bodies won't be as lenient with Alicia over this, and I think that's why she's doing this. And you know what? Part of me thinks, well, look, if big money fighters are allowed to get away with it, then I'm not surprised other fighters will try and pull stunts to try and get away with it as well.
Well, yeah, but this is the thing, Rob. Like you and I, you yourself, I'm big up to Trey as well. The small hall shows, they only will generate, let's say 9K, for example. Yeah. How much is testing for one fighter? That's more than that. Right? You blow half your budget on a piss test for one fighter for the main event. This is why a lot of the small hall fighters that you'll get in the UK, and you know this, Ra, there's no testing throughout that whole show. None. It's not government backed. It's not government backed in any other country. And this is where the problem lies. And this is where I have to have respect with Matchroom and Eddie Hearn for actually testing from the top to the bottom. It's costing them money. Yeah. Bearing in mind their budget is big, their budget is massive, so they can actually do this. But they make the shows so big that money is, it's okay to budget for that money within the whole production of the show. Right?
Yeah, listen, kudos to them, because as far as I'm aware, the promoters aren't obligated to provide extensive drug testing, are they?
No, they're not. They're not. They're not.
So, I mean, it's not even factored into the administration of this sport. It seems to come down to individual fights, whether the teams want to sign up to it or not. So yeah, kudos to them. And they're not only losing money on the testing, they then end up losing a lot of money on the shows when they have to be pulled.
Exactly. And the thing is, and this is going to lead to this subject, and then we're going to go on to the main events, obviously, of both fights, because I believe we might just have a half an hour left, is Conor Benn and Conor Benn's return opponent. His opponent has been... You can't make this shit up. I just want to say, boxing fans, this is why, like, boxing is just boxing, because it is the maddest. I don't know where you're from, whether it's the Young and the Restless in America, whether it's EastEnders in England, whether it's whatever, where you are within your particular country. It is fucking crazy, right? At the simple fact that Conor Benn's opponent tests positive for drugs. and he has been suspended by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. This is just like, Ra, I need your opinion on this, because I'm
You know
very
what?
rarely speechless, Ra. You've known me for a while now.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if this guy, if he took a leaf out of Juan Manuel Marquez. Do you remember when Marquez fought Pacquiao the 4th time and knocked
Yes.
Pacquiao out? People were saying this suspicion, the transformation of his body, that he had muscles like on his forehead.
Yeah, that was wild.
And people were saying,
no, carry on, Ra. Sorry.
I just wonder if that was after the Mayweather Pacquiao fight fell through, because Pacquiao said he wouldn't go through the extensive drug testing. So I wonder if Marquez thought, okay, this guy doesn't want extensive drug testing. All right, let's have some of this.
Let's super soldier serum this bastard.
Yeah,
come on.
So that I do wonder whether there's something like that going on. Did he think, all right, this kid, you know, he's already popped the stuff, so why not?
Let's get it on an even playing field.
In fact, maybe he thought, look how much effort this guy's promoter has gone through to cover for him, so he probably won't want too deeper testing. So hey, let me take the risk. Hey, listen, this is just all fun and game speculation, of course. We don't
allegedly.
Yeah, we don't even know what this adverse finding was. It hasn't actually. I don't think the reports have said. Has it said what the? I haven't read the article.
No, I have been trying. I've asked a couple of the people kind of close to it, in terms of who would be able to give me the actual like thing. So I'm hoping to get something by I'm hoping to get something hopefully tonight for next week's show, if it hasn't been dropped already. But if you're not following myself and you are not following Ra, then what the hell are you doing? First of all, just look at yourself in the mirror and think, I need to follow these guys, and that's what we need to do. So if you are following myself and you're following Ra, then you're going to get all of the juice and all of the juicy bits, and that's just what we love to do, because we love you guys. And we, the one thing that I will say is that, look, I will never simp for a fighter. Okay, straight up. Ra won't, I won't. We're just not like that. We may not get the interviews because of honest opinions, but I don't want to interview somebody who takes an honest opinion and can't accept it. Yeah, I honestly, fighters, I have great relationships with fighters. Right, you have amazing relationships with fighters. We both do what we do because it's a bridge to the fans, to you guys, and that's the most important thing, to bring you guys close to the fighters, because at the end of the day, it's all about safety. If, for example, I have my daughter. If my daughter decides to me, Dad, I want to fight, I'll be like, fudge cakes and lemon drops. Okay, fine, that's okay. And I'll make sure everybody is tested, because it's either just let peds go, or everybody gets tested. That's how I see it. If everybody wants Mortal Kombat, right, fatalities, fine, let there be peds. But the common consensus is that we do not want peds in the sport, and that's exactly what I'm advocating for, because at the end of the day, we have Gerald McLennan, we have so many people, many examples, where lives have been changed, right? Not saying anything about Nigel Benn, not saying anything about anybody. However, we don't want this in our sport. Yeah, simple as that. Exactly. So, Ra, if you haven't got any final thoughts, I'm going to move on to the next topic.
Please do.
So, we have, in the 140-pound division, we have Katie Taylor versus Chantel Cameron for the undisputed 140-pound championship of the world right now. I do remember, obviously, Ra, we we obviously have our group chats and things like this and what have you. I did say that Chantel was going to come in and put the boot in to a legend, in Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor is an absolute legend. I believe that it will be repeat. I personally believe that Katie Taylor will be stopped in this fight because, and I will say my reasoning right now, is that Chantel Cameron is different. She's different. When I say different, I mean she puts the boot in to Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor is very fast. She comes in on the inside. She's rapid. However, Chantel Cameron, her face is made of vibranium steel. There is no way that Katie will be able to hurt this woman. Ra, tell me what you think.
You know what? I'm flip-flopping. Initially, like yourself, I thought, yeah, this time Chantel will stop Katie. I thought last few fights, there's clear signs of decline. But the way Katie's coming out, you know, seeing out the press conferences and, you know, as I said to our guys Trey on his show yesterday, when we spoke to Bazza, the obsession Katie Taylor's got with avenging this, it reminds me of Evander Holyfield before the Riddick Bowe rematch. It was like, nah, I can't take losing. Yeah. So I think Katie Taylor, she's gonna come with something, a different game plan, and yeah, she might have a bit of help from the judges in that. I think it will still be really close. I don't think it'll be a robbery. I think it'll be really close, and I think Katie will nick it on points. Chantel will probably go away saying it's a robbery, but I think it won't be. I think she's going to do it. She's got that obsession, like that. I can't let this, I can't let this go. Someone actually beat me. So I think Katie will pull off the upset and get revenge, and then set up a massive trilogy fight. I think. So yeah, going against the grain a bit, but as you know, I do like to do that when it comes to the super.
I know you do, and that's why I love you for it, you beautiful man, you. Well, as much as I would like to agree with my favorite co-host right now, I do not, for the simple fact that Chantel Cameron is too big, too strong. Hashtag Carl Froch in the building right now, because for the simple fact of the matter is that, Katie has been in wars. Yeah. And not just like, if she was a male fighter and she had gone on the run that she had gone on, she would be in the same ilk of the Muhammad Ali's of the world. Right. Because she fought Tasha, she fought, oh my God, like one after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other. And I rate Katie Taylor. I love what she's done for women's boxing. I absolutely love this woman. However, I have to speak strictly on boxing and give my honest opinion, because at the end of the day, it's you can't just jump up a weight class, beat set champion when they are normalized at the weight and you are not, right? And this is, and I'm pulling up Boyaka's question: why are they not for Katie's belts? Exactly. Why are they not for Katie's belt?
Good point.
Because
she pulled A-side rank on that to make sure. Actually, Katie's an example of where the governing bodies give them all the leeway, because they're not stripping her. They're not calling any mandatories.
No one's been stripped, Ra. It's crazy.
She's holding on to all them lightweight belts.
Caroline Dubois, okay. The future of women's boxing, in my opinion, and in the opinion of Jehovah himself, is literally saying, why are you still keeping the belts if this is your last fight? We don't know. Yeah, but I do. Because, it's in case of that one more fight. I believe in this one. I believed in this one that Chantel is going for the stoppage, because like you've just said there, is because there might be something in terms of a judging perspective, every type of perspective. yeah, that we all need to consider, because this year has been horrible for judging. 1,000,000%. I interviewed Maxi Hughes just on Tuesday. If you've watched that fight with Kambosos, you will absolutely be able to understand what I mean when I say about judging. Chantel's not going to leave you to that. Not this time. No.
Has Katie said that this is her last fight? Or is that everyone else presuming it is? Because
I believe in an interview before before the first Chantel fight came through. I believe that and don't quote me on this, but I do believe that Katie actually said like this, I win these, I'm done. However, she got banged up. And that's okay. That's fine. Because my thing is this. I look at fighters, Ra, just like you do. We look at how fighters normalize at the weight. When fighters just think to myself, you know what, I'm gonna go from the 147 to 154 to 160 or 140, or look at Kell Brook and Golovkin. What happened there? Yeah,
got blitzed.
absolutely. His life changed. His face changed, actually. Yeah, and you can't. It's so important to normalize yourself at the weight, because at sparring, if you're sparring somebody, you're 147, that person is 160 on the scales and not in the actual sparring ring. You could be 154, that guy could be 164. So that's only 10 pounds. But it's there's so many factors which I'm trying to tell people that affect fights. They do. You have to take it into account. And I truly believe that Chantel, I believe that it was the worst decision for Katie to take this 140-pound fight, because Chantel is absolutely seasoned. And I would just like to say happy Thanksgiving to all of our American listeners. God bless every single one of you and your families out here. However, just like a rotisserie turkey, oh, seasoned is what Chantel Cameron is. Ra, give me your final prediction. Tell me how the fight goes.
I'm sticking with Katie to use all her knowledge and know-how gathered over all these years to fiddle her way to a split or majority decision. I'm really interested to see what she does next. I know Bukaya's asking where next, because Katie is probably, alongside Clarissa, they're the first female superstar champions that have got a lot of acclaim. Now, the reason I think that's significant is because with men, there's always been that element of once they get to the top, they can't give it up. Now, I want to know if there's a difference in how men and women deal with this because of the male ego in this. If that's a factor, I'll be interested to see if once women have got to the top of that mountain, the way Katie and Clarissa have, whether they can walk away from the sport happily, that men can never seem to do, and they just fight on and on. So yeah, that's what I'm interested to see. I'll take on board what you said about Katie's taken a lot of damage and she's been in wars. But again, using Holyfield as an example of someone who also was seen to have had too many miles on the clock, especially when he fought Mike Tyson. But it seems those 3 wars that he had with Riddick Bowe affected Bowe worse than him, even though in the actual fights, they affected him worse in that. Yeah, but the long-term effects affected Bowe worse. Bowe was one that was sort of suffering CTE, whereas, yes, Holyfield probably, like every boxer, he's going to have some brain damage, but he's able to go about a relatively normal life.
Mate, he still fought in an exhibition against.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is like? Oh my God, Ryan and I could literally have a 2-hour podcast just talking about this. I think we might have to do that one day. But it's we can go back and forth in terms of the lasting damage, but in terms of just, for example, the fight, that Katie had with Tasha Jonas. She went all 10 rounds. She's gone all 10 rounds in every single fight, and she's not stopped anybody. Yeah. All of them. That's why you saw Katie fighting less and less and less and less. And Chantel had a half pint of lager, okay, after her last fight and put in a boot into Katie Taylor. This is what I'm trying to say to people, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. This is something that we all need to understand right now, is that Katie Taylor, yes, I see hunger. I see fire. I just don't see it's a campfire compared to a bonfire, in my own personal humble opinion. And I love Katie Taylor. I love her for what she's done.
Do you think Katie's looking weary now?
I think she looked hella weary in that last fight, right? And I think that she has injuries, and I think that those injuries just won't go away like that. As much as I've seen, I've seen clips of what she said in the press conference. I've seen, you have to be like that. You're not exactly going to be like, oh yeah, do you know what it is? My right arm's fucked, my left leg's fucked. However, I'm still going to go in there and put the boot in and just be like, everything is just dandy, handy, handy. It just doesn't work like that. Not for me. I see a stoppage, but for you, Ra, we see a points win. And that's what makes the RnR show so goddamn great, because me and this gentleman over here, well, we know our shit, and when there's a clash, it's always amazing. So we're going to go on to the last topic, which is also the main event in America. Oh my God, we have the return of Boo Andrade versus the Mexican monster Benavidez. I believe the winner, as my nana would always tell me to pronounce my, is a shoo-in for the Canelo fight. But we don't know this, but we do know this because Showtime, unfortunately, is out of here. God damn it! So
let's sign in now. Listen, I've always been a big fan of Demetrius Andrade. I think he's one of the biggest underachievers in the sport for his ability level.
Massively.
A lot of that is his own fault. He's had inactivity. He's turned down fights when he shouldn't have. In particular, that Parker fight. I mean, my God, it's got to be one of the.
Mate, he would have done Parker. And then, like, for those of you that don't know, had the Parker fight. Whatever happened. And then he was offered less money for the Parker fight. He said no and had a year of inactivity. So Ra, I'm gonna need from you, especially Ra. I'm gonna need how the fight goes. I'm gonna need a victor. The fans want it. Everybody wants it. They want to know, Ra.
Benavidez, I know people rate him because of his size and pressure. But I actually think he's the sort of limited pressure fighter that Andrade can outbox. Now, the question mark is Andrade's staying power, especially at 35 at a heavier weight. But Benavidez has struggled with the weight before himself. So, I mean, to be fair, we've never seen any signs of him fading over the stretch. So I don't think that'll be an issue. I think it will come down to whether Demetrius has the staying power to keep moving for 12 rounds. So I think he does, because he knows it's last chance saloon. I think he will get through some uncomfortable moments to get to the final bell where he will have racked up enough points. So I'm going for a surprise. I wouldn't say it's a shock, but probably a surprise, at least in terms of the bookies, surprise Andrade win on points. But I don't think he still won't get that Canelo fight, because mandatories or not, the queue is long and Canelo decides who he fights when. So
deservedly so. You don't just unify a division within a year and people think that they can do whatever the hell that they want to do. As much as I want Canelo to follow mandatory positions and things like this or whatever, you can't deny what the man has done in the sport. None of us can. If I have to go for my prediction, I've always said that I believe that Benavidez beats Demetrius, purely based on activity alone. Activity for me will always be a deciding factor. That's just who I am. That's just what I've seen. It's just where I'm at. And I believe if Benavidez doesn't get this fight with Canelo, I believe he moves up, as he should. You know, as we've seen, he's lost his belt on the scales. I hate it when fighters lose their belts on the scales. I believe that's very unprofessional. I believe it's just not on. You know, in terms of a Shakur Stevenson, people love this kid. I love him too. However, I cannot deny the fact that he has lost his belts on the scales and come up with an excuse when Devin Haney, for example, has never lost his belts on the scales, always made weight and always been professional. Being able to make weight on the scales shows a true fighter's ambition and just pure you know, just respect, in my opinion. So
Yeah, exactly. Especially as obviously Devin was struggling at lightweight, but
absolutely.
but yeah, just want to pick up on something you said. I don't think Benavidez moves up. I think he will hang around as long as he can, because if he moves up to light heavyweight, there's harder fights for way less money there, and based on past behavior, can't see him doing it unless he's absolutely forced to, like where you literally can't make weight anymore. But if he does move up to light heavyweight, I think he's going to do what Guia did or is doing at middleweight and super middleweight, i.e. just hang around for as long as he can with generally pointless fights. I don't think he'll target the actual champions, because those champions are danger men. And I think his team,
and you need
knows full well.
I think if he normalizes at 175, I believe that there's so many fights for Benavidez. You know, like I said, like there's what we need to recognize is that yes, you may not get the champions, but fight the borders to position yourself and make the fans want you to have that fight, because at the end of the day, like we've seen, we have power. With Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Tank Davis, that reached 1.2 million pay-per-view buys because the fans wanted that to happen. Obviously, we do have Ryan Garcia fighting very soon. Next week, we are going to be talking about Regis Prograis. We're going to be talking about Devin Haney. We're going to be talking about a lot of things next week. However, before we conclude the show, and thank you to my co-host, you know, your buddy, we have one fan question. Virgil Ortiz versus Spence, Crawford versus Boots. Winner fights each. What's your pick? For me, Virgil Ortiz versus Spence. Those fights will definitely not happen next. Crawford and Spence will fight each other. But Ortiz versus Crawford, I believe that Crawford wins. Crawford is just too dangerous, too much of a killer right now. I've not seen any chink in his armor. The guy is just an absolute assassin. And for versus Boots as the winner, Crawford beats them both. If anything, I would rather have Ortiz versus Boots, and then the winner fight Crawford, more than likely at a higher weight, because Crawford can't stay at 147. It's just obvious for anybody that's looking in. Ra, what's your opinion?
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't begrudge Crawford at all if he now just targets Charlo, Canelo. I want to see Canelo. I think he beats him. He said himself he's just got a couple of fights left at the top, and by rights it should be the other established big names, big champions. Ortiz and Boots, they're the upcoming new gen. Like you said, let them fight each other.
We don't get enough of that, Ra.
Yeah.
Do we get enough? The main problem boxing is that the contenders don't fight each other because they're so afraid of losing an opportunity of a big fight with somebody just in case they get a last minute call. Stop that shit.
Exactly.
Lose, build up, get back. That's all it is. And boxing would be much better for it. Okay, because at the end of the day, Ra and I, yes, we are journalists. Yes, we do interview fighters. Yes, we do what we do. But at the same time, we are fans. We are fans first. And that's just what it is. Speaking to, for example, a Jai Opataya, Ra, I'm going to let you just conclude on the last one. But that's a real man for me.
Yeah. Why we missed the RnR Hour last week, apologies, but we were at the
AJ press conference.
Day of Reckoning press conference. As you saw, all these fighters did their piece and scarpered, but Jai Opataya got off a 20-hour flight from Brisbane and spent 2 hours talking to all of us. Big media, small media, happily did that. And then he had a return flight at 8 a.m. I mean, what a champion.
Amazing.
So that's, as you said, that's what a champion's all about. We need more of that, and I really would like the promoters and managers to tell their fighters, you know what, look, the fans, they're spending the time, following you guys, and you want more, you got to get yourself known, speak to the media. It was disappointing that so many of them stars just left, especially the amount of money.
It was fucking, I won't say it, I'll say it. It was fucking disgusting. Yeah. You lot are wankers. Okay, first of all, because all of us, like I said in a tweet, right, is that all of us have day jobs. Ra has a day job, he's got to pay his rent. I have a day job, I have to pay my rent. We all have to still carry on doing what we're doing, but we love boxing so much where I spend 5 hours traveling up to London for AJ, Wilder, all of these people to just go home. Yeah. Fuming, bruv. And big up to Lyndon Arthur, big up to Jai Opataya, and big up to Daniel Dynamite Dubois, because 3 of those people stayed, had interviews, and actually had time for us. Because at the end of the day, we're all human beings, we're all people. I want to say things, but you'll have to tune into tonight's space on Twitter for me to actually say what I'm going to say. So big up to and big up to Fabio Wardley too as well. Shout out to him. We are reaching the end of the RnR hour right now. We have one more question. However, this one is, well, it's not the summertime, but Ra and I are going to have the vests out.
Cool, man.
What's up, Ra? We have Anything Blows. Big up to Anything Blows right now. Much love to you. Much love to the shows that you're putting out. We see you. We love you, my brother, man. Shout out to you, bro, because, it's people like you in the small hole shows and everything like that that keep the talent flowing and keep everything going. So we just want to say, if you're not following Anything Blows, please follow them on Instagram, Twitter, everything. We love you. Ra, what do you think of Box's Bournemouth show? I want Ra to be limited with his response because we are going to be talking about this on next week RnR's Hour. Okay, so Ra, carry on, bro.
Underwhelming. I know you're on the card. In your
shout out to Ben Whitaker right now, my twin.
I revealed your secret identity. Sorry.
Damn it.
Yeah, underwhelming undercard, but hey, look, it's just before Christmas, so the main thing is that the main event. I'm happy with it. Yeah, it's not the best, but let's see how this plays out. I think there's a lot to go on with Boxer and Sky in 2024. It's their last year. They've got to do a lot of work, I think, to keep their contracts. But I don't like to be overly negative, but it's underwhelming. But hey, me and you are still going to be there. Get the guns out.
Well, first of all, get the guns out. There's no sun out because it's winter in the UK. I just want to say a big up again to Anything Blows, my guy. Please, my brother,
brilliant guy, brilliant lad.
Please, bro, please carry on what you're doing. You are giving young fighters the opportunity to be the best that they can be, to give discipline, and to also give a potential chance at stardom in the sport. We love people like you, TM14 Promotions, Dean White's Black Box Promotions. Honestly, we love all the small hall promoters, and I hate to use the word small hall promoter because at the end of the day, you are making a massive, big difference in boxing for young kids everywhere. So thank you so much for everything that you're doing. I would just like to say a last thank you very much to everybody that's tuned into the show. I'd like to thank Mama Trey. Happy birthday to you, my darling. Okay, you are as young as this morning's sunrise, so don't you worry about anything. Big up to Trey, big up to BNG, big up to Ra, my co-host. I'm gonna let him give a last little shout out to whoever he'd like to give out to, and thank you guys, because without you guys, Ra and I wouldn't be trying to bust ourselves out here to try and be here in front of you guys every single Thursday, like we do. So God bless every single one of you. We love you, honestly, we do. Thank you so much. Follow myself, follow Ra, follow iBoxingHub, because this channel has brought amazing people together. Okay, so Ra, pause. I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah, thanks to everyone. Again, just look out for some of the content. I'm at York Hall on Friday, the Queensbury show, small show for their upcomers. But as you said, it's very important to support the small hall level as well as the big shows. I will be going to Ireland, the big Matchroom show, and I will be going to Saudi Arabia for the Day of Reckoning. I've booked my flights. So,
are we going to do a live, Ra? Are we going to do a live?
You know how the fans love those RnR Hour specials live from, from location. It's all about location. So
location, brother.
So look out for that.
Yes. Please look out for that, because Ra and I are 1,000,000% doing that. Okay, it will. Thank you very much, Tony Ellis. We are 1,000,000% going to be doing one from the great kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Big up Tark Al Sheikh, His Excellency, who has given us every single bit of Riyadh season that we have loved. And he's blocked me on Twitter. I don't know why, but yeah, Your Excellency, if you're watching this thing, unblock me, bro. Because yeah, I love you, buddy. I do. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you all. I hope you've had an amazing week. We love you. Please check out Aisha's interviews. Please check out everything in iBoxingHub. Oh my gosh, we've got a great weekend of boxing right now. Please follow myself, because I'll be doing a mad amount of content. I'm going to be getting my co-host, I don't know which way, or up or down, or which way my absolutely muscle-filled brother is, but he will be doing some content with me. I'm going to make sure that it, damn it. But thank you all. Have an amazing night. We love you. God bless Trey. God bless your mom. And God bless my uncle. Big up. Happy birthday, Robin. I love you, mom. Take care, everybody.
It's another bang. All the and cars now, whichever get up. I start my card with a sweet one, please. Someone flicks me a back by the So, it's another one, yeah, it's a full strand, yeah. Oh, it's another one.